YouTube, we are back at it again, making more poor decisions. Today I am picking up another free vehicle. So this is from somebody at church. They have a Chevy Astro van that would be a perfect contender for the Michigan Gambler 500 that's coming up in right around 2 weeks. So I'm gonna go connect my U-Haul tow dolly that I purchased. Keep an eye out for a video about that and my experience. I really do like the trailer. I think it was a fantastic value and kind of recommend you guys get one too if you're thinking about it. Anyways, I'm gonna load up this trailer. I'm gonna head out. Probably should pick up some starting fluid because I know this thing turns over, but hasn't actually started. Not really sure how I'm going to load the thing up onto the dolly. Maybe a strap, maybe a come along or something of that nature. I'm on the way, got about 5 minutes or so to go. Just in case if this thing doesn't crank up, got some ether. Well, 50% at least. And then a little injector cleaner for it. So this is all from Advanced Auto. Again, this is not a sponsorship, but Advanced Auto,
turn left.
If you do want to sponsor me, my email is in my YouTube channel bio. So kind of the goal is just get this thing on the trailer, depending on if it does or doesn't run. I might swing by the gas station, put some of that injector fuel system cleaner in it, and then top off the tank. If it doesn't run, I think I'm just going to drag it straight home and go from there. Well, there she is. What a beaut. Oh, yeah. Dang, those tires look a little sad. They hold air. Okay. All right. Dang, it's definitely got a smell to it. Definitely like mice or something. Oh yeah, there's mouse poop on the seats. Cranks. Sounds all right. Turn that off. It's off. All right. Well, give her some ether after I put down the ramps and hopefully can get just enough. So I'll probably start it in neutral, slam it into drive, and then just get her up and call it quits. So I'll put you guys down for that after I get the trailer all sorted. Popping the hood, there's definitely some foolery in the works. I have no idea what the heck this is for, but I guess there must have been a reason to justify putting that there. A pretty good feeling the AC doesn't work. That doesn't matter. Let's make sure it has oil before giving it a very healthy dose of ether to hopefully kick this thing over. Oh, I guess there is no dipstick. All right, well, I guess we're going in blind. Might have to order one of those. I don't even think it's worth looking at the trans fluid. So I'm gonna bust this air box open, spray the daylights out of it, and hopefully I can get it to fire just enough to get it up on the trailer. I have no idea if the brakes work or anything. We're just gonna throw her in neutral. Wow, 264. Here goes nothing. Oh, it's got no brakes. Oh my gosh. Wow. That could have been bad. Well, we're on the trailer. And it actually doesn't sound that bad. That's actually crazy. I sprayed the daylights out of it with ether. I probably gave it a good 30 seconds of straight. Well, would you look at that? Ladies and gentlemen, we are gambling. So I definitely want to figure out that hood latch situation. But I can't believe this motor sounds actually really good and quiet. So let's strap her down. I'll probably take it to the gas station and fill it with some fresh fuel, put that injector cleaner in it. Like, it doesn't sound like it's missing or anything, so I'm pretty surprised. Slight party foul. I thought I positioned all this correctly behind the wheel. But unfortunately, when I drove up, I went over the strap on the side, and given that this thing has absolutely no brakes, I'm not about to try to go backwards and then forwards to deal with that. All right, I'm gonna try to start it, back it up, pop it back into drive so it doesn't go through this fence. Alright, so I bumped the fence. Fence is okay, didn't go through it. Alright, so strap her down, gas station, put some fuel in it, put some of that injector cleaner, and hopefully get this thing some brakes pretty soon. So after looking at these tires a little bit closer, these are definitely May Pops. May Pop today, May Pop tomorrow. But definitely have to get, hopefully, all four used before the event. So there's, what is it, Terry's Tires in Pontiac that I like to use for stuff like this. So that should be pretty solid. See, there's brake fluid just sprayed up in there. So I'm wondering if it's a caliper hose or who knows. So it rolls and it's not really giving me any issues. So I think we should be good. All right, so now it's either stop and go or onto the highway. So here we go onto the highway. I mean, you can really feel this thing's on the van. It's she's not wanting to really go too fast. Got about 15-ish minutes, 10 miles home. Not too bad. You can definitely feel it's back there compared to towing the Cadillac. Just gonna cruise along at 65. That seems to be where it wants to be. Hit the speedway to top up the tank, add a little fuel additive, and I might just leave it on the trailer tonight and see if the mechanic I use, Steve, see if he can get it in this week for brakes. Brakes are not one of my specialties, so I'd much rather have somebody who's smarter and more skilled in that area do that. I'd rather pull an engine before I do brakes. All right, gonna give her a little bit of that sweet nectar. And then Speedway, shout out to the 11 cents off. If you got the Speedy rewards, highly recommend you get that. Typically, if you play your cards right, Speedway is the cheapest gas station around. And then with that extra 11 cents off, poof. But if you're crazy and want to get real wild, if you get the Costco credit card, you get 3 to 5% cash back on fuel. So you might want to check that out too. So this should be done. Let's fill her up. So it only took about 8 gallons. Makes me think maybe that gas gauge is off, or it's something electrical that's causing that thing to freak out. Yeah, it's still attached, still flapping around. This thing isn't putting out all of its horsepower, but does move it enough, and it does seem to stop. So thanks, Steve, for hooking me up with some new brakes on this thing. So it made it home, and then I decided let's look into this brake line leak. So as you can see, it's the metal line itself that I'll need to get fixed. After looking online for the prices for a dipstick for that 99 Astro van, $76 is a little too steep. So I'm gonna drive down to US Auto in Sterling Heights. I'm gonna grab a dipstick, which is like $5. Apparently they have 2 Astro vans there. I was also looking at this morning that brake hose that's leaking. It actually looks like that brake line just got so rusty, it just kind of let loose. I might pick up a brake line hose if I can find one that's in like decent condition. If not, I'll just order one online, and I'll definitely be taking this thing to Steve to go get that brake line fixed, because that's beyond my abilities. I would like to learn how to do brake lines and all that, but it just doesn't really interest me too much, and it's kind of like I'd rather pay somebody to do it. But I think it'd be a good skill to have, so maybe this time I'll stick around and see if he'll teach me how to do that. Looks like we got a packed house today, ladies and gentlemen. Wow. Here this thing is. Look at that, exactly what I need. So I can go home now. That's it. It's gonna be a wrap for me today with just that dipstick. I was looking for a lower crash sensor as well for the van, but it appears people have grabbed those because they're so expensive online. But yeah, if you're in the Metro Detroit area, highly recommend checking out US Auto in Sterling Heights. They're a self-service yard with a $1 entry fee. So great selection of foreign and domestic. Well, that's about it for US Auto today. Always good people there. Now it's back to the crib. Whoa, 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 whoa. Shh. And so let's see how much oil is actually in that van, and let's crank it up. Put that dipstick in it. It's showing nothing on the dipstick, which is concerning. So I'm gonna put some of this used motor oil in it first. It did have oil pressure though, so maybe it's at like the very, very bottom of the pan. So I'll put some of this used oil in it and kind of see what happens from there. So it's on the dipstick now. Fire it up, sprayed a little starting fluid in it, should just crank. sounds fairly healthy with something that's got 260 on it. Do I dare check the transmission fluid, or do I just let it go? I don't know. It doesn't appear to have much, if any, coolant in it, so I'll just give her a little drink. So after letting it run for a while, idle did start to sound a little nicer. It did come up to temperature. Transmission fluid actually had a little bit of pink to it, surprisingly. Pinkish red, so that's a good sign. Now it's off to get that brake line fixed. So that is right. I don't know if you guys can see it up. And I guess you can't, but yeah, right back in there. It's leaking all down there. You can see it's sprayed on the tire, the trailer, and the inside of the fender well. So that's gonna be first step, get that done, and potentially drive it around the neighborhood a little bit. If it feels solid, then start throwing some work at it.